Today we are going to make the froggy pattern by Milly Melly Designs. As you can see, I've made up 2 froggies already. We're going to start off with making Froggy's bandana, and I have embroidered patterns on my bandanas. If you wish to leave your bandana plain, you just need to hoop your stabilizer and put 2 pieces of fabric down and then stitch out the bandana pattern. To put something on the bandana like I have, you need to just hoop up your stabilizer and put 1 piece of fabric down, and I'm going to actually do my design first. So I've added that to the bandana pattern on my machine, and I have skipped to that step, and I'm going to stitch that one out first. I've stitched out my lettering for my bandana. I have now skipped back to step 1, which is the outline of the bandana itself, and I am putting my top layer of fabric over the top, and I have to also change my thread back to a matching thread for the fabric that I'm using. So that's the outline for our bandana stitched. So all I need to do now is remove it from my hoop and cut around the outline of my stitching, being careful not to cut through the stitches themselves, and then turn it in the right way. Now that my bandana is complete and I have sewed a little clip on mine, if you wish to, you can also attach Velcro dots. I am now ready to move on to doing my crown and my eyeballs for my frog. So I have hooped up some more stabilizer, and I have placed my fabric, in this case I'm using felt, on the top half of my hoop where my crown will be stitched out. That's my crown stitched out, and I have done my crown in the top half of my hoop. In the bottom half I'm going to do my eyes. So I have put down 1 layer of fabric right side up, and I have changed my thread to do the pupils of the eyes. So now my pupils are completed, and I have placed a 2nd piece of fabric over the top, and I'll now stitch out the outline for my eyes. As you can see, my crown and my eyes are now complete. I have removed them from my hoop, cut them out and turned them in the right way. So I can now just pop those aside until we are ready for them later on. Our next step is to do our arms for our froggy. So I have once again put stabilizer in my hoop, and I have put 2 pieces of green fabric. In this case I'm using pole fleece, right sides together on my hoop. And I have also made sure that I have the stretch of the fabric so that that is running up and down the limbs. Once your arms are stitched out, you can then go ahead and remove them from your hoop and cut around them and turn them in the right way. You then need to hoop up another piece of stabilizer and some more green fabric and follow these same steps again to do your legs. Now that our legs and our arms are complete, I have turned them in the right way and I have just lightly stuffed them. I have now hooped up my last piece of stabilizer and a square of polar fleece right side up to embroider my frog's body and face. First part will actually embroider his mouth, so I have changed to a red coloured thread. Once your mouth is stitched out, the mouth will actually stitch out in 2 steps. The first step will stitch the line, and then the second step will stitch the hearts on either side of the mouth. After doing that, we are then ready to move on to doing the frog's nostrils, and I have changed back to my green thread that I was previously using. The mouth and nostrils done, the next step will then run the placement lines for your eyes, crown, arms and legs. Once you have run your placement lines, you can then attach your limbs. You need to place an eye, then your crown, and then the other eye for the top of the frog, and both your arms and your legs. And I have secured mine with painter's tape just to hold them in place while they're being stitched down. My limbs are attached, I have placed my backing fabric for my frog over the top and secured it with painter's tape. I like to flip my legs so that they fold out over the end of my hoop, and put my arms down on top of the legs so that I know that they're not going to get caught up in my side seams. Once your backing is stitched onto your frog, you can then cut around the outside and trim off the excess fabric. Turn your frog in the right way and then stuff him with some polyfill. You can also at this stage add a squeaker or a rattle inside the frog if you wish. So that's our little frog completed, and I've put his bandana on. If you would like to buy this design, you can buy it at the Millie Melly Designs Etsy store, and you can also follow Millie Melly Designs on Facebook. Thank you for watching.